Happy Thanksgiving. I just wanted to record this and just reach out to everyone who's been watching the videos lately and just say, you know, this year is extraordinary.
Is extraordinary the word you want to go with? I think the word is unprecedented.
This year is unprecedented.
I hate that word.
I just wanted to make this video, and I wanted to do something a little bit more wholesome for Thanksgiving. I wanted to share a little bit about how I've sort of navigated being a Thanksgiving nomad the last 7 years.
Building your own tradition.
Yeah, that's
the best way to phrase that.
I want to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving and building your own traditions in a year where you can't really do the things that you're used to. When I was growing up with my family, we lived in a bunch of different places, but we would typically go and have Thanksgiving with either my aunt who lives in Connecticut or my grandma who lived in New Jersey. But when I got older and we had the house, we started hosting. And so for the last couple of years that I was living with my parents before I went to college, we were hosting Thanksgiving for our family. We'd have something like 10 to 12 people. I don't know how big the turkey was. We'd have about 10 to 12 people, mostly family, but we'd usually invite a couple of people who didn't have anywhere else to go. And that always stuck with me as something that my mom did. That was just something nice that my mom did as like a way to be friendly to people, make them feel like they're part of family on a day that's all about getting together with your family. And so when I went off to college and then my parents moved to the other side of the country, it made it really difficult to get together with my family for the holiday. So the first 2 years of college, I went down and I spent Thanksgiving with friends from high school, and they graciously hosted me. I was one of those people who didn't have a place to go. And so they welcomed me into their home and they welcomed me into their tradition, and I got to experience things their way. I started dating Julia. That year, I actually had a little bit more money and a little bit more flexibility with work, and so I was actually able to go home. It was my first Thanksgiving with my family in 3 years. It was fun. It was a good time, and I had a lot of fun. That was the last Thanksgiving I actually was able to spend with them. Every year after that, I've spent it with Julia and her family. They're a lot closer to where we live now. It's a lot easier to see them.
You sound so down about that.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't mean to be. Spending time with her family has actually been a really nice eye-opener to sort of see a window into their family experiences and their family traditions. It's a lot more low-key. It's just the family. The first year or two it was with her grandma as well. Then last year we decided to make things a little bit easier on her mom and host it ourselves. We invited them to our apartment. Her sister joined us. We had a Thanksgiving meal with the 5 of us in our apartment. I cooked the turkey. Julia prepared a bunch of different things. Her sister Jen prepared a bunch of different things. We took a lot of the burden off of her mom, who was used to doing Thanksgiving almost solo. This year we were planning to do the same thing, and then all of a sudden Governor says we can't get together with people from other households, so that really put, I guess, a damper on our plans. Gotta love 2020. But we do have 2 roommates that we are planning to spend time with. Like, we're getting ready to make our own traditions. So if you're feeling like this year is, a lot of people are calling 2020 a wash, just remember that you can make your own traditions even if you don't get to spend this day with your family.
I feel like the sentiment is more like, no matter how good or bad the situation is, you can still grow and learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when things aren't going the way that you want, perfect opportunity to like investigate and try something new.
Especially in a year like this year. You can definitely bring your traditions into this sort of fucked up, crazy year.
Pepper in a little seasoning.
Pepper in a little bit of Harry Potter movie marathon or Thanksgiving Day parade, even if it's no spectators this year. If you spend the morning watching the parade and the dog show and spend the evening watching football, do that. The people that you get to spend the holiday with this year, I think will appreciate you for it. That you get to continue to do your thing, be you, while having to live through this fucked up 2020 hellscape.
While being safe and smart.
That too. You get to go with the peace of mind that you're not infecting the people that you live with, because you're being safe and you're being smart and you're following the safety and public health guidelines that are put out there for us to follow. So one more time, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you can make it a good one.